You ain't got a picking string in your truck, you ain't no cowboy. You gotta have work gloves in your truck, or you ain't no cowboy. You gotta have a flatbed, otherwise you ain't no cowboy. You ain't got no leggings in your truck, you ain't no cowboy. You don't have a rope in your truck, you ain't no cowboy.
The topics we'll be discussing today about beef cattle management are fencing, erosion, controlled or rotational grazing, feed management, and water management.
The first topic we want to talk about is fencing. Fencing is required in basically all cattle operations. Constructing fencing is a substantial initial cost to producing cattle, and it must be checked and maintained regularly to ensure it's in good condition. The implementation of management practices such as rotational grazing could increase fencing costs as more fence is required. Farmers can apply to receive funding to offset these costs through the USDA and other agencies. Erosion is also a problem that must be addressed in cattle operations. Overgrazing and leaving cattle in the same pasture for extended periods of time can lead to the vegetative cover in the pasture being destroyed. Less vegetative cover leads to dusty and muddy environments, but it can also increase the risk of erosion, which can result in other problems such as nutrient leaching, runoff, and pollution. A management practice that is growing in popularity is rotational grazing. Rotational grazing is the moving of cattle between pastures when needed or on a regular basis. This allows for the forage not to be overgrazed and allows areas to regrow while other areas are grazed. Some of the benefits of rotational grazing are better utilization of forage, increased forage production, increased soil fertility, less soil compaction, less pasture damage, and less chance of erosion.
Come on, cows, get your feed!
Moving on to feed management, most beef cattle will be fine pasture grazing or eating hay when grass is not available, but to ensure that cattle are getting the proper nutrients, low starch ingredients can be added such as peanut meal and soybean meal, and moderate to high starch ingredients can be added such as corn silage, oats, and barley. Moving on to water management, cattle can be seen in the summertime sitting in ponds or shallow creeks to cool themselves off, but this can be dangerous to the human population because of the spread of gastrointestinal illnesses such as giardia. To prevent this from happening, you can run water fountains throughout the pasture, and the USDA will help farmers fund the infrastructure for these water fountains.
Gooseneck hitch. You can't pull a gooseneck, you ain't no cowboy. Whoo! Dale Brisby, on to the next one.